Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the game where you're always striving for the lowest score. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
I'm Richard, and this is my partner Blake, and we're from Worthing in West Sussex.
Couple number two.
I'm Andrew, this is my husband Richard, and we're from Scarborough.
Couple number three.
Hello, I'm Meg, and this is my friend Caroline, and we are from Cambridge.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Becky. This is my friend and colleague Andrea, and we're both from Nottingham.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you all very much indeed. Thank you for coming along to Pointless. You are very, very welcome here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to get this over with. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
And to you.
Before we begin, we might as well just talk about the beards. I mean, that is some great work on Podium 1, isn't it? What a way to start the show. I don't care what they say.
I don't care.
Any point. We'll just sort of leave a picture of them up for the whole show. Ratings will be through the roof. Can you imagine?
Look.
One returning pair from last time, there's Andrew and Richard on Podium 2, knocked out in round 1 last time. And Andrew, I think you have to take some of the responsibility for that, I would say, given that Richard was left. You couldn't even answer, could you? You're already out. So it'd be lovely to see a bit more of them on today's show.
I think so. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Rosie and Karen didn't win the jackpot last time, which means we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,000. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Just remember at all times that it's the highest scorer at the end of each round that gets eliminated. Highest scoring pair leaves the show. So just, yeah, keep them low. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is famous places. You can all decide in your pairs. Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns locations in historic England's A History of England in 100 Places. Richard.
Yes, in 2018, Historic England produced a list of the 100 places in England that sort of told the history of England and its impact on the world. On each board, I'm going to give you 7 clues that will lead you to one of those locations. Can you see which one has the lowest score, please? It's going to be 14 locations in all to guess at home. Good luck.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. OK, let's put our first board of clues up there. So we have 7 clues to historic places. Can you guess what these are? Views of this church on the London skyline have been protected since 1938. SPC. The Art Deco open-air swimming pool in Brighton, which reopened in 2017. SL. Nightclub, opened by Tony Wilson in May 1982 and known for its role in the Manchester scene. TH. Prehistoric monument on Salisbury Plain that was made a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986. S. The open-air theatre on the cliffs of Cornwall, designed by Rowena Cade. TMT. The Tudor warship, raised from the seafloor, now on display in Portsmouth. TMR. And property in Haworth that was home to the literary sisters Charlotte, Emily and Anne. TBP. I'll read those all again. Views of this church on the London skyline have been protected since 1938. The Art Deco open-air swimming pool in Brighton, which reopened in 2017. Nightclub, opened by Tony Wilson in May 1982 and known for its role in the Manchester scene. Prehistoric monument on Salisbury Plain that was made a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986. The open-air theatre on the cliffs of Cornwall, designed by Rowena Cade. The Tudor warship, raised from the seafloor, now on display in Portsmouth. And the property in Haworth that was home to the literary sisters Charlotte, Emily and Anne. There we are. Bless you.
Thank you so much. I've kept that in throughout the whole thing.
Oh, that was noble. Blake, welcome. Welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself, Blake.
Well, I'm Blake. I currently live in the Worthing area in West Sussex, and I am co-owner of a card, gift, balloon, and stationery shop.
Card, gift, balloon, and stationery. In terms of the gift range, can we explore that?
Wedding and anniversary little gifts. Also have
nice.
Royal Mint coins and other little bits and bobs.
OK, very nice indeed. Now, Blake, how are you on these historic places? How are you finding this?
I like a few of them. But I think the one that really is targeting me is the Tudor warship. And I think I would go for the Mary Rose.
The Mary Rose, says Blake. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the Mary Rose. Look at that, 55, not bad. Off to a good start. The Mary Rose.
Can I say first how lovely it is to hear a traditional Worthing accent on the show? We get it so rarely, Blake. Yeah, Mary Rose. Some people think she sunk on her maiden voyage, but didn't. She was 34 years old when she sank.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Andrew.
Hello.
Welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Andrew.
So I'm Andrew, and I'm a nurse, and I work in Scarborough Hospital, and we've just recently moved to Scarborough.
So you're new at the hospital there, are you?
Relatively new, about 6 months now. So it's exciting times and learning all how to do the job. And
This is great. Were you coastal before that?
no, we lived in Carlisle before that, so
Ah, yes. So, I mean, that really is exciting. Do you have dogs?
yeah, we have 2 dogs.
I mean, that's just a dream for them,
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely. And I'm really enjoying discovering Scarborough and the surrounding area, walking
Fantastic.
them, lots of new places. It's great.
Brilliant. Andrew, the board.
OK, so I know a couple, so it's just going for the one that I think is going to score the least, and they're both going to be high scorers, I think. So I'll probably go for the prehistoric monument as Stonehenge.
OK, Stonehenge, says Andrew. Let's see how many of our 100 people agree with him. Stonehenge. Stonehenge is right. 67, Stonehenge.
Yeah, there was a metre-long piece which was missing for 60 years that some archaeologists had took. It was returned in 2019. That's nice. I wonder what they've been doing.
Someone just found it in an attic.
No, I think they were using it as a barbecue pit.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Caroline, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I am an editor for a conservation charity, and I'm also a belly dancer.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. How's the ratio split? 40-60? Belly dancing 60?
I don't do as
Conservation?
much belly dancing as I'd like to. Any given week I do about an hour, but I'd be doing 3 performances a year.
Performances? Where do you perform?
So, locally, but also there's a big Gothic belly dance festival in Leicester every year called Goslar, which I know I perform at that as well.
Very nice. Excellent. Now, Caroline, what are you going to go for on our board here?
So, there's a few, but I went on holiday to Cornwall recently, so I'm going to go for the open-air theatre on the cliffs of Cornwall, which is the Minack Theatre.
The Minack Theatre. Very good indeed. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the Minack. 67 is the high score, 55 is the low. You passed both of those. Ah, look at that. Very well done indeed, Caroline. 7 for the Minack.
Yeah, it's an amazing place, isn't it, as well? It's beautiful down there. The first performance there was The Tempest in 1932, and the lighting was all provided by car headlights.
Ah, that's nice.
It's nice,
And
isn't it?
1932 car headlights, you couldn't even dip them in those days.
Yeah, exactly. And also, there was massive bits of stone in the back that they nicked from somewhere.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Becky, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
So I work at the University of Nottingham. We both do the same job. We're both heads of student services there, so all the stuff between a student starting and graduating.
That's down to you. How many of you run that?
Some of it. There's 4 heads and then a team of hundreds.
Wow. Becky, what do you do for fun? What are your hobbies?
Yoga. So, yeah, I do yoga a few times a week, which does work for the stress levels.
Very good.
Yeah.
Becky, you're the last person to have this board. Do you fancy going through all the unanswered ones?
OK. I know a few of them. I think... Well, I don't want to have a guess at the Bronte sisters one, so I'm going to go for the third one down, the nightclub, and say the Hacienda.
OK, that's the one you're going to submit, the Hacienda.
I am.
OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said the Hacienda. It's right. 67 still the high score. 7 is our low score. 26 for the Hacienda. There we go. Not bad.
Very nicely played. Let's look through the rest of these, shall we? We'll start at the top. The church.
St Paul's Cathedral.
Cathedral. Scored you 48. We'll go down the bottom next. The property is...
I got the Bronte Parsonage, I
That's
guess.
exactly right, yeah, the Bronte Parsonage. Would have scored 11 points, would have been a good one. Now, this next one is the best answer on the board. It's just the other side of Brighton from you, gents, in Worthing, but it's a very good answer. Best answer on the board. Saltdean Lido.
Saltdean
Beautiful
Lido.
place as well. 1 point. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's take a quick look at those scores. 7, very well done. Caroline, superb answering there. Caroline and Meg looking very strong indeed. 26, well done. Becky and Andrea as well, looking good. 55, Blake and Richard D, not so bad. Andrew, now, once again, you've left Richard M with a mountain to climb there. I'm not going to beat about the bush. But if anyone can do it, Richard can. We know this. So good luck with that, Richard M. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more clues to historic places in England up on the board, and here they come. We have got the London recording studios where the Beatles recorded the majority of their songs, ARS. The Roman Road built to link Exeter to Lincoln, TFW. Richard Rogers Building on London's Lime Street, nicknamed Inside Out Building, TLB. The first nuclear power station in the world to produce electricity for domestic use, CH. Red Rum was buried at the winning post of this Liverpool racecourse in 1995. A. The amusement park in Margate that features the UK's oldest roller coaster, D. And the code-breaking site known as Station X during World War II. BP. I'll read those out again. The London recording studios where the Beatles recorded the majority of their songs. The Roman Road built to link Exeter to Lincoln. Richard Rogers Building on London's Lime Street, nicknamed Inside Out Building. The first nuclear power station in the world to produce electricity for domestic use. Red Rum was buried at the winning post of this Liverpool racecourse in 1995. The amusement park in Margate that features the UK's oldest roller coaster. And the code-breaking site known as Station X during World War II. There we are. Andrea, welcome. Welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
So, as I say, we do the same jobs, but I'm on a different campus to Rebecca. So my team look after students in engineering, science and life sciences.
Becky never told us what her team
didn't,
look
did I?
after.
Sorry.
What do yours look after,
Social
Becky?
sciences mainly.
Oh, I see. Good, good.
Yeah.
What do you do when the job finishes? What do you like to get
I'm
up
a
to?
Nottingham Forest season ticket holder, so my weekends are spent there. And I like to travel. So I recently went on my very first cruise, and so I've got the cruise bag.
Well, that doesn't sound nice at all. The cruise bug.
Very, very nice, believe you me.
Yeah, all quarantine, all written all over it. Now, Andrea, you are on 26. If you can possibly score 40 or less,
Okay.
at this early stage, you're through to the next round.
Okay. I'm going to go for the bottom one, I think. I'm going to say Bletchley Park.
Bletchley Park, says Andrea. Here is your red line. Can you get below that with Bletchley Park? Let's find out. It's definitely right. And you've done it. Look at that, 38. Very well done indeed. 64 is your total.
Yeah, it was the Government Code and Cipher School in a lovely old manor house. The books of Ben McIntyre, who I love reading, he always talks about various country houses which have been requisitioned by the Secret Services for various bits of training. It's amazing. Whenever you drive past these places, you never know what they're being used for.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Meg, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Tell us what you do and all about yourself.
So I am a singing teacher and I also help run a folk choir.
Wow. So what kind of singing do you teach?
Whatever the student wants to learn, so classical, contemporary, pop, musical theatre.
That's right. And the folk choir?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, that's just great. I mean, of course, Cambridge famously has a folk festival
it does.
every year.
Yes.
Do you sing at that? Do you go along and feature?
I have done. I've worked at the Cambridge Folk Festival for the past 10 years, so...
Excellent. Now, Meg, you're on 7, so 59 or less keeps you in the game.
It's weird. It's like it's so much easier doing this at home in your armchair.
I
You get
know.
in and it's like...
I know. You should do it hosting. It's fine. It's easy.
Sure it is.
But over there where you are,
Yeah.
ho, tiger country.
OK, so there are 2 that I think I know, but there's one that I definitely do know. And as Caroline did so well last time, I'm going to go with the safer bet. So I'm going to go with Red Rum and Ascot. No, entry, I mean...
Oh, you've said Ascot, so we're going to take that. I'm so sorry. Anyway, let's see if it's right. There's your red line. What happens when we say Ascot? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Meg, but that scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 107.
Sorry, Meg, that is a tough one. But as a singing teacher, what did you make of the gasp from our audience?
They did very well.
It was good, wasn't it?
Fantastic breath control going on there.
Yeah. They really projected.
They did.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now, Richard M.
Hello.
Hello, remind us all about yourself.
So, I have recently stopped doing what I've done for the last 15 years, which is be a lecturer at a university. And as Andrew said, we've moved to the seaside. So I got a job teaching English part-time, and then I'm going to do lots of other stuff that I've wanted to do for years that's creative, like maybe start doing a supper club.
That's a fun idea.
And do some writing, because I've always written kind of plays and scripts and stuff. And there's loads of ones that are unfinished, sitting in boxes, and I want to get a chance to finish them.
Yeah, there you are. And in Scarborough, how lovely.
Yeah,
Everything sounds perfect in that resume. You are on 67 currently. 107 is the high score, so 39 or less, Richard M, keeps you in the game. What would you like to go for?
OK, I think I'm pretty sure of this one. The second one down, the Roman road, the Fosse Way.
The Fosse Way, says Richard M. There is your red line. Can you get below that with the Fosse Way? Let's find out. Yes, you can. And down it goes to 24. Brilliant. Takes your total up to 91.
Yeah, terrific answer. Well played. We finally see you in round 2, which will be our treat.
That's nice, isn't it? That is good. Thank you, Richard. Richard D. There you are, 55. 55. You have to score 51 to stay in the game, 51 or less. But tell us all about yourself. I know a little bit about you, I think. Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, I'm a co-owner of a gift card, balloon and stationers in West Sussex, in Worthing area.
Let's just drill down a bit more into that gift shop. I want to know. So, are you open all year round?
We are open all year round, 6 days a week.
6 days a week. Is there a bell attached to the door as you come in? Like every gift shop I can ever think of I've ever been into?
No.
Oh.
Not one, 2 bells.
2 that's good.
2 bells.
That's good.
So when we're doing our balloon design work out back, we've got full warning somebody's come in.
That's good. That's very good. Key rings, if I wanted a Worthing-based key ring, yeah, you've got that.
That we can do.
You've got that. What sort of, in the confectionery area, what do you cover there?
It's not something we've really gone into yet.
OK.
We have just started doing some charity jams for a local
Charity jams is good. Is there a local, like a sort of lardy cake or something like that? Is there something in a... no.
Not that I'm aware of. Worthing Rock, maybe?
That's it. That's good. That's the answer I was after. Worthing Rock. Brilliant. So, 55, as I say, is where you are. 51 is your target. What would you like to go for? This board is all yours. Feel free to go through it and fill in all the blanks.
Well, I would like to say I can fill them all in, but sadly I can't. But I am going to go for the top one, which I believe is Abbey Road Studios.
Abbey Road Studios, says Richard. Here is your red line. Can you get below that, I wonder, with Abbey Road Studios? Fingers crossed. Let's see. Abbey Road Studios. You've done it. You've done it. 48. Look at that. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to 103.
Very nicely done. Yeah, they were opened by Sir Edward Elgar. He did the ceremonial opening of Abbey Road Studios. Shall we fill in the rest of these? That Richard Rogers building.
The Lloyd's building.
The Lloyd's building. That would have scored you 10. This is the toughest one. It's now part of Sellafield. It's actually up here. It's not a million miles from Carlisle. It's Calder Hall. Calder Hall, and that would have scored you 6 points. Now, this next one is not Ascot. Aintree would have scored you 66. And the amusement park?
It's called Dreamland.
It is called Dreamland. That's another good answer as well, 13 points.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to a pair. And Meg and Caroline, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was all great up until Ascot. Oh, listen. We'll forget that. We'll forget that. But anyway, we'll see you next time, and I'm sure you'll do much, 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 much better then. But meantime, thank you so much for playing. Meg and Caroline. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. And there we are, down to 3 pairs. But well done, everybody. You made it. That turned out to be quite a punishing round in the end there. Becky and Andrea, you are to be commended, our lowest scoring pair. And Richard M, special plaudits to you for being our lowest scoring individual with the Fosse Way there. So very well done. Now, our category for round 2 today is... it's pop music. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many acts who had the UK's biggest albums of 2018 as they could. Richard.
Looking for any act who had one of the UK's top 40 best-selling albums of 2018, please, according to the official charts company.
Thank you very much indeed. So, Blake, we come to you.
I know Richard is the brain of this, I'm not, but I will do my best by saying Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
Yes.
Dua Lipa, says Blake. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa is right. It's a good answer, Blake. Down it goes to 7. Very well done indeed. What a start to the round. Splendid work. 7 for Dua Lipa.
Yeah, I think if you're the non-brains in a relationship and you're still getting a 7-point answer, that's a good relationship. Yes, you have the 9th biggest-selling album of 2018 with their debut album.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Richard.
So this is a really terrible round for me, because you can always tell who's driven our car. If Andrew's driven it, then music comes on when you get in and you turn it on. I have Radio 4. Let's go for Sam Smith.
Sam Smith, says Richard. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Sam Smith. It's right. And that goes down to 11. Very well done indeed. There we are.
Everyone's been very, very doubtful of their abilities and then given brilliant answers, haven't they?
Yeah.
The Thrill of It All, Sam Smith album, 21st best-selling album of 2018.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Becky.
Yes, anybody who knows me will know that I sort of stopped in the 80s. So 2018, I need to think of what my daughter was listening to, but I can't think of any of their actual names because I just zoned it out. So I'm going to have to say Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, says Becky. Let's see what happens. Let's put Ed Sheeran to the 100. It's right. 36. Could be a lot worse. 36 for Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, the 3rd biggest seller and the 22nd biggest seller, despite the fact that those albums were released in 2017 and 2014, respectively. Still shifting units.
Thank you, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 7, well done, Blake. Best score of the past. Then 11's where we find Richard, M and Andrew. And then 36 is where we find Becky and Andrea. So, yeah, Andrea, you know what you have to do. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, Andrea, remember we are looking for any singer or band who featured in the official charts list of the 40 biggest-selling albums in the UK in 2018. What are you thinking of?
So I'm totally torn because I also have a teenage daughter and I know the stuff that she likes, but I think that they'll be high. So I'm going to go for Drake.
Drake, says Andrea. Let's see what happens when we say Drake. It's right. That's a good answer. 17. Well done. Taking your total up to 53.
5th biggest seller with Scorpion. I don't think we've ever done a round like this before that no one's got 100 points on yet. Very impressive, isn't it?
Really impressive.
4 out of 4.
4 out of 4. No pressure, Andrew. Andrew, what do we do? You're going to put us all to shame here, Andrew.
I think I might.
Andrew, what are you going to go for? You're on 11. You want to score 41.
There's one name in my head, so I'm glad nobody else has said it. I'm not great with music. Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. OK, here is your red line. You have to go below this red line to get through to the head-to-head. Good luck. Let's see what happens. You've done it. You have done it with room to spare. Down to 13 takes your total up to 24.
This is going brilliantly.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Sweetener was the album, their 16th biggest selling album of the year.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Richard D., the genius of the partnership.
Don't bank on it, not when everybody's answer has already gone. I have loads in my mind. I'm thinking of the Killers. So that's what I'm going to go for, the Killers.
The Killers. OK, you are on 7. You want to be scoring 45 or less. Here is your red line. Get below that, and you've done it. How many people said the Killers? It didn't do that well.
Obviously not.
Clearly. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Nor did you in the event. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 107.
I'm very sorry, it's unlucky. I'll take you through some low scorers, shall I? You'd have got 7 points for Jess Glynn or Pink. You'd have got 5 for Elton John, Eminem, Rag and Bone Man. Would have scored you 5 points. 4 for Michael Bublé and Queen. You'd have got 3 for Balloon of Faith. ABBA, whose Gold is still one of the best-selling albums of the year, even all these years later. 2 points. Andrea Bocelli as well, 2 points. Arctic Monkeys and Oasis, both 2 points. 1 for Anne-Marie, Ollie Murs and Post Malone. Now let's take a look at the pointless answers. Well done if you said any of these. Bob Marley and the Wailers. Legends, still in the top 40 best-selling albums of the year. Fleetwood Mac. Kylie Minogue.
How did we not get that?
Big hitters here. Rod Stewart was a pointless answer. Roy Orbison with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. And however one wants to pronounce that last one as also one of the top 40 albums of the year. Should we take a look at the top 3?
I think let's. Come on.
Ariana Grande, 13. It's actually the third highest scorer. There's Drake, 17. And top of the shop was Ed Sheeran, 36.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we find ourselves at the end of the second round. And Richard and Blake, I'm sorry we have to say goodbye to you at this stage. But you know what? You're going to be back, which is great. And I'm sure you'll go much, much further next time. But it's been great having you here. Thank you so much for playing. Richard and Blake. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Andrew and Richard. Becky and Andrea, you're now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,000. There we are. It all comes down to teamwork now, and it's the first pair to win 2 questions that will be going through to the final to play for that jackpot. Well, what a game. What
isn't it just?
A game.
Isn't it just? We've lost a lot of beards. We still have 1 less. Thank you for holding up your end of the deal. No, it should be a good one, shouldn't it?
I think so. For a long, long, long time, we've had this weird run of not the golden couple going through. We don't have a name for the other couple, but the...
silver couple?
The silver, the blue couple.
The disappointing couple, we normally call them.
The disappointing couple. Yeah. They have been going through to the final, and the golden couple have been going home empty-handed. Then we've had a couple of shows where the golden couple have gone through, so, I mean, who knows? The whole thing's been thrown up in the air.
It's almost like it's roughly 50-50, isn't it, I would say.
Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns people born in the 1990s. Richard.
I'm going to show you 5 pictures now of people, all of whom were born in the 1990s. Can you tell us who these people are, please?
OK, thank you. Let's reveal our people. Here are the people. A. B. C. D. And E. There we are. 5 people born in the 1990s. Andrew and Richard, you are our low scorers, so you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
Yeah, if you're sure.
Yeah,
if you're
OK.
sure.
We think we're going to go for E. I'm not entirely sure, but it will score lower than the others if I get it right. So, Brooklyn Beckham.
OK, Brooklyn Beckham, say Andrew and Richard. Now then, Becky and Andrea, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
We'd love to, but we're struggling a little bit. B is really annoying me because I think her name's Winnie something, but I can't remember. She's on America's Next Top Model. But you know A, do you?
No, I'm not convinced it
Oh,
is now.
no. We know D is Emma Watson. We know C is Princess Eugenie.
Who do you think the footballer is? What's his name? Is it Raheem Sterling?
We'll have to go for Emma Watson because we're not 100% sure.
OK, you're going to say D, Emma Watson. So we have Brooklyn Beckham and we have Emma Watson. Andrew and Richard have gone for Brooklyn Beckham. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. $15 for Brooklyn Beckham. Meanwhile, Becky and Andrea have gone for Emma Watson for D. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. That's 40. Very well done indeed, Andrew and Richard. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Well played, gents. Very nicely done. We'll leave B, because B is the best scorer, but C, you're right, Princess Eugenie, would have scored you 54. And A, the footballer whose name you couldn't remember, is Dele Alli. Would have scored you 22. And this is Canadian model. It's one of the best paid models in the world now. And it is Winnie Harlow.
Oh, no. I wouldn't
Winnie
know.
Harlow. Oh, good. Winnie Harlow, 5 points. Well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, here comes your second question. Becky and Andrea, you have to win this one, stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question today is all about Vienna. Richard. 5
clues now to facts related to the city of Vienna.
Let's reveal the 5 clues. Here they come. We have got the empire whose army besieged Vienna in 1529 and 1683, composer born near the city in 1797, writer of the song cycle Die Schöne Müllerin, band who had a 1981 UK #2 hit single with Vienna, public park, site of the Ferris wheel featured in the 1949 film The Third Man, and the Institute of Horsemanship, based in the Hofburg Palace, known for white Lipizzaner horses. I'll read those all again. The empire whose army besieged Vienna in 1529 and 1683, composer born near the city in 1797, writer of the song cycle Die Schöne Müllerin, band who had a 1981 UK #2 hit single with Vienna, public park, site of the Ferris wheel featured in the 1949 film The Third Man, and the Institute of Horsemanship, based in the Hofburg Palace, known for white Lipizzaner horses. There we are. Becky and Andrea, you will go first.
No, I'm not.
Do you know? I don't know.
We don't know whether to take a risk or go for a high scorer that we know. Obviously, there's a 1980s pop one there, so I feel like we ought to do the safe thing, do you? Or should we take a risk on the second?
I know nothing about that, so...
OK, we'll go for the one we know then, which is the hit song in the 80s.
Are we certain it's Ultravox?
It's Ultravox.
You're going to go for Ultravox, OK? Ultravox. Andrew and Richard?
Well, I think if we'd gone first, we would have been tempted to say Ultravox as well. So, going to take a chance on the top one, I think, and go for the Ottoman Empire.
You're going to go for the Ottoman Empire. So we have Ultravox versus the Ottoman Empire. Becky and Andrew have gone for Ultravox. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. $54. 54 for Ultravox. Now, Andrew and Richard, meanwhile, have gone for the Ottoman Empire for the top one, the Siege of Vienna. Let's see how many of our 100 said that, if it's right. It is right. Well done. And it wins you the points. There we are. That wins you the point, and it means Andrew and Richard, very well done indeed. After only 2 questions, you are through to the final 2-0, and it's good night Vienna for Becky and Andrea.
And as so often in this game, someone goes for the safe answer, the other team forced into going for something riskier, and almost always the riskier answer wins the point. It's happened here. The composer, I wonder if you know this one.
Well, my guess is going to be is Franz Schubert. He's the great leader writer. But Die Schöne Müllerin, I don't know.
You went into that in more detail than I thought. I thought you were just going to say Mozart like the rest of us.
No, Schubert, I think.
It is Franz Schubert. Yeah, very well done. 5 points for that. And the public park, do you know that? Prater Park.
Oh, there we are.
Would have scored you 3 points, even better answer. And the Institute of Horsemanship.
Ah, now this I do know. The misleadingly named Spanish Riding School.
It is the Spanish Riding School. 13 points.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Becky and Andrea, you've played so well today. It's been great having you on the show. And you'll be back next time, which is good news for all of us. And I have every faith in that you'll go one step further. So let's hope so. Thanks so much. They mean well. Becky and Andrea.
Thank you.
But for Andrew and Richard, it is now time for our Pointless Final. Congratulations, Andrew and Richard. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless Trophy. Now is your chance to have a shot at our Pointless Jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,000. Oh, what a difference. Last time you were on the show, Richard, you never even got a chance to say anything.
Not really, no.
You played a shot, but it was, you know, it was all over by then. This time, here you are, in the glorious position. Already, the trophy is safe. It is safe. You're taking trophies back to Scarborough. So this is thrilling. What would you like to see come up in this last round that'll help you get that jackpot home as well?
Well, we've got quite kind of complementary and different sorts of areas of knowledge. Andrew likes Olympics and athletics and all that kind of stuff, whereas I'm much more kind of arty, probably. But we'd never, ever got a pointless answer in a final sitting at home playing. So it would be amazing if we did here.
Everyone famously says it's much easier here on the set than it is. So, yeah, well, listen, it could happen. As always, you get to choose your category from the 4 that we put up on the board. Okay. So let's hope there's something up there that you like the look of. Today's selection reads like this. We have got sleepy films, dinosaurs, Mary Queen of Scots, contemporary thriller writers. What do we think?
Well, we can never name any actors in those
No,
films.
not films,
So
not films.
Probably Sleepless in Seattle or something like that.
No.
Mary Queen of Scots.
Do you think?
I don't know.
You're on your own with that one, but...
Contemporary thriller writers.
That's going to be like... I think... Should we go dinosaurs?
I don't... You've shocked me into it.
I don't know.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
OK, dinosaurs.
OK, dinosaurs.
Good. It's been on there for a while, dinosaurs. And it's a it's a category I like, and I know lots and lots of kids love dinosaurs as well, so hopefully this will be good for someone. We are taking all of our questions from the Natural History Museum's Dino Directory, and we are looking for any dinosaur that is in that directory with a name beginning with A, any dinosaur with a name beginning with S, or any dinosaur with a name beginning with T, please. That's on that list as of March 2019. Just in case they discover one in the meantime.
Just in case. OK, thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Well...
Stegosaurus.
Yeah, the obvious ones we're going to have to go for,
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Anything with A?
Anti-OSAURUS.
Go for it. That sounds good. We like that.
Pterodactyl.
That's is that a
T?
T? That's
yeah. Is that PT?
It's PT, isn't it? Pterodactyl, yeah. What did you say? Anti-OSAURUS?
I don't know, yeah.
I was hoping that...
There's an alio something. Alio...
Oh.
Alio...
Go on.
Let's try Aliosaurus.
Aliosaurus, OK. We're just totally going to make all these up.
Stegosaurus, well, we'll have to go for that.
What was the first one you said? Anti-OSAURUS.
Yeah.
Think Jurassic Park.
I can't think. What were those? No, we'd...
10 seconds left.
Yeah, no, we were useless at this. We always are. So Anti-OSAURUS, Aliosaurus,
and Tyrannosaurus, or Stegosaurus.
OK, there we are. Sounds like you've arrived at your 3 and our minute is up at 1 and the same time. What are you going to go for?
Well, we'll say... It'd be nice to have a correct answer, so we'll say Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
And then we'll go Aliosaurus.
Aliosaurus.
And Anti-OSAURUS.
And Anti-OSAURUS.
And let's do a Stegosaurus sandwich.
OK, very good. So which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer? So Aliosaurus we'll put last, Anti-OSAURUS we put first. Stegosaurus goes in as the filling. Very nice. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Anti-OSAURUS, Stegosaurus, Aliosaurus. Good luck. If you were to win that jackpot of £2,000, what would you like to do with it?
I think we're going to Cyprus in 3 weeks' time. So there's a really nice boat that we like to go on. So a boat trip for everybody that's going. There's a few of us, and it's a little expensive.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Perfect. Well, let's hope one of these answers will win that jackpot for you. Anti-OSAURUS was your first answer. You totally made this up, but you never know. It sounded like it might be a real thing. And it sort of has a ring of truth about it. Anti-OSAURUS, let's find out for £2,000 if it really is a dinosaur and if anyone said it. I was just hedging my bets there, just in case it turned out to be a real thing. But it didn't, I'm afraid. So 100 points for that one. Your next answer was Stegosaurus. You totally didn't make this one up. This is a real dinosaur. Let's find out how many of our 100 people said it. For £2,000, might it be pointless? Stegosaurus. It's right. Anti-OSAURUS was incorrect. Stegosaurus, 62. Wow, that is a known dinosaur.
Yeah.
OK, your third and final answer was the Allosaurus. Let's find out if that's a correct answer in the first instance and a pointless answer in the second instance. Because if it is both of those things, you will win £2,000. Let's see what happens. Allosaurus, is it right?
No.
Oh, no! That would have been just perfect, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot. It's been great having you on the show. And you each, of course, get a pointless trophy to take home with you back to Scarborough. Richard?
Yeah, so it was fun, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I like that, and I hope people have played along at home as well. I find myself now in the position where I'm going to have to read out lots of names of dinosaurs, which could go very, very badly. There is an Allosaurus. An Allosaurus.
Yes.
That would have scored 19 points, though.
Okay.
That was actually the highest scorer of all the A's, the Allosaurus. I should really read out the ones that score points, but I can't even pronounce any of those as well, so I'm afraid I'm not going to do you great justice here. But I'll show you some of the pointless answers here. Of course, the Albertosaurus. They found it in Alberta. That's why it's called the Albertosaurus. The Ankylosaurus, the Archaeoceratops, the Avemimus was a pointless answer. Well done if you said any of those. Next lot, the Shamosaurus, not a real dinosaur. I'm just saying. Sinraptor.
Oh,
if you're
dear,
a dinosaur,
dear.
you'd want to be called a Sinraptor, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It means Chinese plunderer. Sinraptor. Stenopolix. And the Suchomimus. Let's take a look, shall we now, at the last category. Here we go. There's the Thescelosaurus. Of course there's the Thescelosaurus. There's the Qingdaosaurus. There is the Chuyangosaurus. There. Don't laugh, because imagine if you had to do this. The longer this takes, I'm just holding up the news. You know that. And I think that's the Tylocephaly at the end. The Tylocephaly. Those are all pointless answers. Very well done if you pronounced any of those at home. That's terrific work.
There we are. Thank you. Richard, that's great. And thank you, Andrew and Richard. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £3,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.